Welcome to my Japan recap video. I'm just going to get straight into it because it's a bit of a lot to go through. And I'm also not going to be editing this. I'm just going to do this in one take. So feel free, I'm going to move this a little. Feel free to times two speed this piece. The whole thing if you'd like. Feel free to. Also, this video will be cut into chapters. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do that. So if you're interested only in or specifically the itinerary recommendations or seeing what I bought, feel free to skip around. They should be on the scrub bar, the scrub bar. The chapters will include brief overview, full itinerary, recommendations, the haul, the things I got, and it'll end with some Mario Kart footage. I also will be looking down here just because I have my notepad open to keep me on track. Other than that, let's get straight into it. So in full transparency, the trip is 26 to 27 hours of travel. That's more than double than going to take a trip to Europe, anywhere in Europe. That is the time from when you wake up in the morning, for me it was 2 a.m., to the time your butt hits the seat in Japan. For me it was Tokyo. It was around 27 hours of travel, so just if you're thinking about going, just let that be a good indicator on time management and how long you should actually stay, because it is a trek to get there. Flights are fine, but if you're not good with flights, that's a different story. So other than travel days, we had a 7-day trip, which was, I'll go in nights and I'll explain it, but 4 nights in Tokyo, 2 nights in Kyoto, 1 night in Osaka. 3 of the days were spent in Tokyo, but then we took a day trip to Mount Fuji to see Mount Fuji and all that, but then we came back to Tokyo to sleep, because you can take a day trip out to Mount Fuji. Then just 2 days in Kyoto and then the 1 day in Osaka. Technically 9 days, because it's like a half day. The first time, when you get there, little ad going. You get there and then it's like a half day, but you've just got done with 27 hours worth of travel, so it's like you're not really gonna do anything, and then the other day for travel. So it's like 9 days total spent, but 7 full days of Japan. On a 7-day trip, it's a bit fast paced. Most people recommend at least a week and a half to 2 weeks, but it can be done in 7 days. It just, things need to be prioritized. The best piece of advice, if you were to plan a trip, would be you won't be able to see and do everything. I have that highlighted because that's a really big thing. So optimization is key. You'll see in the plans that the plans are planned realistically, and all factors in mind, including time to roam. That's a really big thing, because obviously that's, if you've ever been on a travel trip, that's the best part of the trip, is the exploration part, where there's just time to roam. So also too, just as a little asterisk, little disclaimer, that the itinerary isn't going to be crazy intricate and crazy specific. It'll just be the things that happened. It won't be addresses and all that type of stuff. It won't be that specific. But if you'd like something like that, I also still have my itinerary, so let me know. Other than that, we can get straight into itinerary breakdown. So Tokyo was 3 days. The first day, first off, we stayed in Shibuya. We were 5 minutes away, 5-minute walk from Shibuya Crossing. So it was in a quiet neighborhood, which worked out. But day 1 was spent in Shibuya and Harajuku, since we didn't really want to go too far and hit the ground running, because again, 27 hours worth of travel. Excuse me. And So the main part of the day was either spent people watching, shopping, especially since we were so close to like a mega Donkyore, the mega Donkyore in Shibuya. So that was a lot of our time spent. And then we also did Mario Kart, which was a must do. Then day 2 was in we did Team Labs, which if you don't know what Team Labs is, I highly recommend Googling it. It is a art exhibit experience. That's the best way I can put it. Then after we did that, that was like about a couple hours. Then we went to get lunch at Tsukiji Market. That was like a must hit, just because it's a fish. It's an iconic fish market in Japan. Then we wandered. wandered. Then we went through Shinjuku. That was where the Godzilla head is, and Omeru Yokocho, which is like another iconic spot. That's where you get food. It's Omeru Yokocho, I'm pretty sure translates to memory lane, but most people, including me, just know it as, it's called Piss Alley. So if you just look that up, you'll know what it is. I also recommend anything I say in here. I'm hopefully gonna have captions on, so to kind of translate this stuff, because I don't think I'm gonna put words up on here, but try to spell it out the best you can, and then you'll find this stuff. Or if you're having trouble, again, if you're that curious, you can always, my Instagram DM's always open, so you can let me know there if that's the case. Because Omeru Yokocho is spelled Omoide space Yokocho Yoko Cho. So that's, there's, yeah, it's a bit. But after we did Omeru Yokocho, we tried for Shibuya Sky, but we got rained out. So that plan was scrapped, which was a bummer. Shibuya Sky is where the escalator is. It's an escalator, like, it is a skyscraper with an escalator on the side of the building, so it's like a good photo spot. Didn't work out. That was the one hiccup part of the plan. Other than that, that was day 2. Day 3 was, we started the day in Ueno, Ueno Park, and we were there for cherry blossoms, which we were I don't know where I just left off, but because my alarm just went off, but I was just saying about Ueno Park. We were there for cherry blossoms. We were early, so, or as in like a week early, so it didn't work out to see them, but we did see plum blossoms there. And actually later on we ended up seeing cherry blossoms at Ueno Park, just on the opposite side, because we went around. It's a whole story, but we ended up seeing some anyways. Then we did Asakusa, which was street food. Asakusa is not street food, I have that written down, but we got street food there. It's a good street food spot anyways. And we also went to the Sensoji Temple, which is like a must do because it's the oldest temple in Tokyo. And for lunch, so then we got street food, then we went to Sensoji Temple, then we went to a speakeasy. I've already posted about it. It was like a burger spot, like an American burger spot. It was cool. And then we went to Kitchen Street, which is like that was a big thing for me because I wanted to get a couple souvenirs, so I got souvenirs on Kitchen Street. And then we did Akihabara, which is like the gachas and the claw machines. That's where I got this guy and won him. That was like another must do because Akihabara is like the anime district, claw machines and stuff. That's what it's known for. So we went to, when I got this prize, it was a 7-story claw machine spot. It was hilarious. Oh yeah, it was hilarious. But whatever. Day 4. So that was day 3. Day 4 was the Mount Fuji day. We're not really tour people, but we ended up doing a tour. It worked out. We did it through Klook, K-L-O-K. That's gonna be like a big place to do reservations and stuff. We did Honcho Street. That didn't really work out just because you have to get there like really early in the morning. We were there like right before noon. But we did get like the pagoda shot, like the iconic pagoda um, with Fuji in the back. I think if this video is up, I'm pretty sure I just posted about this, or I'm about to. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just posted about that. Lake Kawaguchiko was really good as well. I think that was my favorite out of the bunch, just because it was like, it really is next level. Then of course you have to do the photo in front of a Lawson. That's like another really big thing. Got lunch. Then we did Oshino Hakai, which is like a spring where the Mount Fuji water runs to. So yeah, that was our time spent in Tokyo. Now we prioritized all of that. That was like, all that stuff was priority, with time spent in between. Like we went shopping and stuff, like doing little things here and there in between all of that. Throughout the days, there was a decent bit of time spent in between, especially since the train system, so it's the best train system on the planet. So everything is pretty much in like 10-15 minute radius of each other. So, you know, timing wasn't really an issue. But we didn't do sumo wrestling, and we didn't do a JDM car show. Sumo wrestling we didn't do because of in March it's their playoff season basically, and they all are in Osaka, so like all of the tournament shows and stuff, or whatever you want to call them. So we didn't do it then. We didn't do that, and we didn't do the JDM car show also because we're seeing like JDM cars a lot in Shibuya. But if you were to do sumo wrestling, you could just see it anywhere. But if you were going to see a JDM car show, the biggest recommendation would be Daikoku parking area. That's spelled Daikoku parking area. It's like a highway pit stop. So you have to get there by car. You can't get there by taxi because they have laws now around that. But I would do your research, because a lot of people want to do the JDM car scene if they go to Japan. Daikoku, Daikoku parking area is like the best spot for it on weekends. We didn't get to do it, like I said, but if you're interested in that, do your research on that. That is like going to be your spot. As well as you can rent a car, or like I said, on Klook, Klook, you can do like a little, it's almost like a tour thing, but someone drives you in a JDM, like Fast and Furious car or whatever, some JDM car, and it's pretty cool. It's a cool thing to do. Other than that though, that was Tokyo. Then the next day we woke up early to do Kyoto. We woke up early. It was actually snowing that day, so that was cool. But then we dropped our bags off near one of the stations in Kyoto. Then we went to Nara to see the deer, and that was another like must-do experience if you're in Kyoto. And then we went to our Airbnb, which was a 5-minute walk from Fushimi Inari. That was like another awesome, like, I would go there again. I mean I would Airbnb there again. It was like a perfect Airbnb. But that day after Nara and after dropping our bags off, half of my unit, as in half of my family, was pooped. They were exhausted. So just me and my dad went to explore. We went to Gion. We walked all through Gion. We went to Nishiki Market. That's spelled Nishiki. That's another like really big. That's a really. I'm having like brain fog. That's another really good market to go to in the it's usually in the morning ish. That's like fresh seafood. We went to Geisha District. We actually even saw a few, so that was like check off the list. And then when we were walking back, we stopped at the Nintendo store because I saw everyone with the Nintendo bags, but I didn't see the store. So then I just Google Mapped it, and then we went to the Nintendo store. I got a little gacha. It'll be in the hall. I'll show it. It was a little Game Boy fidget toy. That was that day. After the Nintendo store, we went back home, and then because we had early morning the next day, We got our Airbnb a 5 minute walk from Fushimi Inari, which is spelled Fushimi space Nirn. Nope, INR. Whoa, stress that. Fushimi Inari, Fushimi space Inari. We got there before sunrise. For one, reverse. Scratch that. We got an Airbnb 5 minutes from Fushimi Inari, so we could get there before sunrise. So we could just wake up early, get there before sunrise, to take photos. It was like you have to get there before sunrise. That is like another big recommendation for me, from me. We then went on like a little trail in. It's a walk up. It's a hike. It's like a 2 hour hike. So we went like 30 minutes up and then saw like a side trail and took it because my dad was like, I saw this on TikTok. Let's go this way. So we took a side trail and we found a mini bamboo forest, which was cool. But again, I would recommend getting there before sunrise because once people are there, it's not quiet and it's not like serene the way it's supposed to be. But speaking of bamboo forests, after Fushimi Inari, we got breakfast. Then we went to Arashiyama Bamboo Forest, which is like another must-see. There are a few other bamboo forests to go to in Kyoto. We just did Arashiyama. People don't recommend Arashiyama when it's packed because also I would not recommend Arashiyama if it's packed, but it wasn't packed for us. So that worked out. We ate near Arashiyama, or like the village nearby. And then we went to Ninenzaka. That's spelled, first Arashiyama. 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 And then we went to Ninenzaka, which is spelled N-I-N-E-N. Whoa, scratch it. Ninenzaka. That's like another iconic spot to go to. We got some stuff there. We went to the Starbucks there, which is like another iconic thing to go see. It's like a traditional Japanese Starbucks. So even like the front door, like the door to the place, is a sliding door. It's like a sliding paper door. So that's cool. Then it's like a 2-3 minute walk to Kiyomizu, Kiyomizu temple, Kiyomizu temple, and there was a cherry blossom there as well, which was funny because everyone was taking photos. Because for most people, that was like their only cherry blossom they had seen the entire trip, if they had not seen the two others in Ueno, because there were like at the time there were no cherry blossoms blossoming at that time. We were like a week early. Because as of now, April 6th, I'm recording this, and it should go up the same day. There is like, it's all cherry blossom right now. So we did Kiyomizu Temple, then we ended the day with Raikujan Tea House, which is spelled Rokujuan, which is like another must do, even if you're not into tea. I'm not into tea, but it's a must-do thing. It's like a super old tea house. It's authentic. It's considered pricey. It's not really because it's Japanese and the yen's weak, so it's not really. It was like I think $12-13 per person, which is like a normal meal in the United States. It's not a meal, but it's worth it. I will say it is worth it. It's worth the entrance fee. It's also reservation only, so if you're interested in that, again, if you look it up, it's reservation only. But it is a must-do thing. Other than that, though, after that, we went home. We ended up watching a movie back at the place because we were like pooped. But then that was pretty much like, it wasn't the trip because we had another day in Osaka. But that was like the running around and doing stuff. That was some of it. Day 7, we did Osaka, so we didn't have to wake up early, which was good. So we ended up like getting there around like 11 because I had a tattoo appointment. I got this thing. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but I got that while we were in Osaka. Uh, we that was at noon, so we had nothing else to do for the day. After I got the tattoo, though, we went to Osaka Castle. That was like another must-do thing, and then we got fluffy pancakes for lunch. Like it was getting to be dinner, so it was somewhere in between there. Then we did Dotonbori, which is spelled Dotonbori. Then we did a river ride there. That's like another just funny thing to go do. Other than that, though, that was the trip. We headed home the next day. That next day of travel was, I think, like almost 30 hours because we spent a lot of time at the airport just doing nothing and eating. I ate a lot of ice cream that day, but that's a story for another day. That's the itinerary. Again, if you have any questions on that, let me know. The next part is recommendations. For food-wise, you can't go wrong with any of the spots in Japan. You can still like go to Google Maps and look at reviews and stuff, or use Tablelog, which is spelled Tabelog, which is basically Japanese Yelp. There's not an app for it right now, but you can still use the website. But I would just recommend just using Google Maps. That's kind of helped for me, or TikTok, like restaurants in Shibuya, and then looking. Of course, that is like with a grain of salt. You don't want to be the guy that just goes to TikTok spots, but that's how you can kind of find food. But all food works there. It's not really like you're really gonna have a spot that sucks, especially in the three major cities. And I put on here just to remember or to know, Japanese people rate on like a 3 scale and then a 5 scale. They rate really really harshly. That's like it's really funny when you learn that they do, because instead of being like, oh, that was, even if it's from Shake Shack or something, or like even McDonald's, let's say McDonald's, oh, it was for, you get your meal, it was good, service was good, everything was good, you'd rate 4.5 stars, 5 stars. But they would rate like 3 stars because they were wearing a black shirt and they weren't wearing a white shirt. It's very strict. So, and really the best gauge would be to anything over 3.5 stars would be good, because that means it's basically like extraordinary for a restaurant in Japan. The other thing, another recommendation would be Airbnb. I would recommend Airbnb over hotels, also because I hate hotels. I just don't like being around that many people. Even though, we stayed in Shibuya, it's different when you're in a quiet neighborhood rather than like a hotel with a bunch of people. And and being able to like just leave and go get food, and like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna walk down the street and go to a convenience store and go get something. It's so much easier than like a hotel when you're on like the 7th floor. It's more flexible, it's more cozy. I prefer it. I recommend it. Another recommendation is when to go. I recommend March, April, because of cherry blossom season. I would recommend going a little before, like how we did. You get to see the cherry blossoms, but you also don't get like the crazy crowds that cherry blossoms come with, because it's like the most popular time of year. I would recommend comfy shoes. Obviously, it's a walking country. They're what get you to point A to point B. You need comfy shoes. You're going to be walking miles and miles and miles every day. I'd recommend comfy shoes and an empty suitcase. I think I go over that later, but that's really important. Getting a empty suitcase, because if you get anything, if you decide to get one of these, that will not fit in your suitcase. So think ahead of time. eSIM, if you don't know what an eSIM is, you can look it up. It's just E space SIM, or pocket Wi-Fi, but I think eSIMs are better. I used Airalo, AIRALO. I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled. You need data. So, and AirAllo was like really good when we used it. Transport is through Suica card. It's spelled Suica. That is how you're going to be getting around. It's actually on Apple Wallet. If you go to Apple Wallet, add a card, and then go to Transit. I think it's called Transit, and then look up Japan. It's on there. It's there. You can also use it at convenience stores, so that's really good. Then learning how the trains work is another big thing. You can just learn through. I would recommend just going to TikTok and looking up just how to Japan train, and it'll pop up, or just Japan train system. That's another good one. That once you learn it, you won't get turned around, which is really good, because being confused in a foreign country is it's not the move. It's not a good idea. Obviously, it's not a good idea. It's just not you do not want to be in that situation where you're confused and hardly anyone speaks the same language, you know. So Google Maps was my big help on navigating. It works anywhere, so just learning how to go through trains and stuff, especially at least for me, I'm in Florida, so learning train systems, I actually have to learn, because it's not like I live in New York or live anywhere that has train systems. Anyways, Google Maps for train systems. That's how you're gonna really get around Japan. And like I said, second bag or pack light, but really you're more than likely just gonna have to buy a second bag in Japan. Just prepare for that. Other than that, I guess I'll have some photo. I'll have probably one big photo up. It'll go from left to right. Yeah, it'll be. Actually, no. I'm just gonna pull it all up. For my haul, I got some gachas. I got a lantern. I got a Daruma. I got Smiskies. Here are the Smiskies I got when I was in Japan, and here are my other ones just because I want to show off all my Smiskies because I'm pretty proud of them. And here are my Kit Kats. I got some Japanese beauty products. I got an Uzumaki shirt. I got my tattoo. And I got the I Heart Japan shirt. And then I got my claw machine win. And that is about it. That was the trip. I hope this gives you a good gist on, what a trip to Japan. I hope this gives you a good gist on what a trip to Japan is like. That's a tongue twister. Especially since it's a 7-day trip. It's a little fast paced, but it works. Other than that, though, if you have any questions, my Instagram DM is open. Yeah. Thanks for watching.